All right, guys, I welcome you back here. The sun is out. It turned into a nice day compared to what it was this morning. Hurricane Florence now is gone. It has passed over us. We got like 2 inches of rain just this morning. The water is running through the fields again. I just took the... all right, so today's kind of rearrange, organize, clean up. I'm going to make the call and say I'm done making hay for the year. I think it's over. We're done. I just can't see any warm weather long enough and without any rain to make any more hay. So I'm thinking the 2018 hay season is done. So that wagon I have empty. The guy with the steers came. We loaded some of that moldy hay, took it all with him. He was happy for it. He needed bedding, short of bedding, so it worked out. The other wagon's unloaded. I have that one up in the top of the barn. The baler I blew off. Usually once a year I'll try to blow it off real good before I store it for when I'm done with it, I'll clean it off and get it ready to put away. I still want to go over it a little bit. I try to grease everything before I put it away. Oil the chains, check any adjustments so that way in the spring it's ready to go. And so we did that. I have the other wagon up in the top of the barn backed in. I took the hay elevator up to the upper shed. I put that away. I'm pretty well gonna say I'm done with the hay elevator. So that is put away in its winter time spot. The other wagon is in the top of the barn because I have a pile of loose hay up there I want to throw on and take out to the field. Some places where there's not a lot of organic matter, a lot of topsoil. The real thin places I like to throw either the wet moldy bales of hay or just the chaff, help build some of that green manure, organic matter I guess you could say. I try to spread it around on places like that. Don't know if it'll help, but the theory's there. Okay, so we've got that stuff finished. All the hay is where it needs to be. I have nothing else. I'm not going to cut anymore. All I have left is that chicken manure field, and you guys remember the fiasco that was trying to cut it. We're just going to rotocut that pretty soon here. Still working out the details on a rotocutter. We will rotocut that. And the other field, it's only like 2 acres. It's that real steep rolling field. You guys have seen me do videos on that, baling the hillside. It is so steep, and last year I just did it once. This year I did it once. There is enough grass there to make a second cutting, but it is weedy. It is very weedy, and it's so wet now. The ground is so saturated, and we are in the second week of September, and usually we can't go much past there to try to make horse hay, so we'll rotocut that one too. So this, I've got to, the 560 is still sitting here, and it's disabled now. You guys have seen my video on that, diagnosing this tractor. I still have to get the standpipe made for that, and I guess I got to do that, excuse me, either today or tomorrow, because I have to get this lime spreader out here. I got to get this thing out, go over it again, make sure everything works, because I priced some damp lime delivered to the farm. The guy's giving me a great deal on lime this time of year. I guess it's not a high demand yet. The demand for it hasn't really been there yet, because most people in Pennsylvania aren't even chopping. There's some people chopping for silage, but in my area nobody has yet. So all the crops are in the field. So if I buy the damp lime now, I'm getting a pretty darn good deal on it. So we're going to try to get, I don't know, I'm going to shoot for 80 tons to start out and see what, maybe I'm going to get 40. I'm going to say this, I'll get 40 tons. That's going to be 2 triaxle loads. It comes in a triaxle, and we'll get 2 loads in and see if this spreader is going to work out for me. Yeah, if this spreader isn't going to work or something is wrong with it that I don't know about, I didn't use it yet. If I have the tonnage sitting here and find out I can't spread it with this, I do have a plan B, but I don't want to get a huge quantity just yet until I'm sure that I can definitely spread. So where am I spreading lime? This time of year when all my crops are out, very simple, the hay fields that are going into corn next year. Those hay fields need lime. The soil test showed some of those were at 5% or 5.5 for the pH. Not very good for corn. Corn should be up a lot higher than that. So I'm hoping to get it on now, get it so that it works. The damp lime, I don't know if that, some people say it takes a little bit longer for that stuff to work and to change the soil pH versus the nice dry fine particles spreading it on. Just because it's a finer particle, the damp stuff is coming out a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see. Either way, we're getting some lime here for sure, just because of the price. The price was amazing, and I'm definitely gonna go with it. I couldn't believe the price when he told me. You guys know I got some lime from Mark Hershey Farms. It was Martin Limestone through Mark Hershey Farms, and their price delivered for the damp lime, it was almost twice as much as the guy I'm getting it from. So I don't know, maybe it's not going to be as good a lime. We'll have to see. But either way, we're going to try some here. So off season, good time to get it. We're just going to put it up where the chicken manure was, on a pile. I am on the list for chicken manure to get some more chicken manure because I can put that on the same hay fields to put lime on for the fields that are going into corn. So a bale of hay right now at this point is worth more than a bushel of corn. So why would I not make more hay if corn prices aren't that good? Well, it's my neighbor was just here. We loaded that hay, we were talking it over, and I'm just doing the figure in here. Yes, corn does cost more to grow. I do try to put in what the corn needs to grow. And there's a string I shouldn't leave laying there. But if you figure man hours and weather, yes, it was only 80 bales that got ruined this year. But there again, with the corn, it is sold and I don't have to store it. I don't have to handle it 5 and 6 times. It's just how it is. You don't have a leaky roof leaking on it at harvest. It gets taken off and taken away. So just for convenience, we're gonna try to grow some more corn. I've been hee-hawing around with this now for 2 years, and this year we are going to make the decision and finally do it. The hay market hasn't been that great. Yes, I have my regular customers, but the problem is there's a lot of competition with hay this year. There's a lot of hay out there, and there's a lot of good hay. I've seen some pretty good hay already, so as far as me going to auctions or anything, it's kind of out of the question. So anyway, I'm just babbling on here. I'm going to get this baler pulled in here, go over it, check it out, grease everything, and finish this 560 so we can get the fertilizer spreader out and get the 986 switched over from the baler to the fertilizer spreader, and we will be loading some lime here hopefully, and spreading this lime. The hay fields I am going to spray this fall, spray them dead this fall. I want to wait until we get closer to when we're going to have our first frost. I want to kill it off right before the frost. I want to kill it with chemicals versus the frost, so that way it dies. I don't want to have a frost and then you can't really come back and kill it, and then it's not gonna, you're not gonna get the grass to go backward unless you spray it before the frost. So that's going to be the plan there. So, all right, guys, enough talking here. I got to get this stuff all rearranged and gone over. But yeah, I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to make the call. We're not going to be baling any more hay that I know of, unless we have a major change in our weather pattern, which isn't likely at this point. There's still lots of rain for us. So I'm just going to throw in the towel. I have more hay in the barn now than I can sell. And even the hay in the barn now, the roof is leaking on. I got to get a tarp put up. So it is what it is. That's about the gist of it. So I'll come back with you.